Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Rep your city. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Facebook from Chicago. Shout out to everybody on Twitch from Chicago. Everybody on Kick from Chicago. Everybody on YouTube from Chicago. And everybody on my other Facebook from Chicago. Oh, here we go. Rep your city, rep your city. We have New York in the building. We have Philadelphia in the building. Hey, Shauna. Said she would have married me back in the day. It ain't too late. We have Sacramento, California in the building. We have New York in the building. We have the UK in the building. Salute, salute. We got Texarkana in the building. We got Buffalo, New York in the building. And we are here. Sorry, I'm a little late. It always takes a while to get this stuff set up. Sacramento is in the building. Spartanburg, South Carolina. What's up, Tim? Y'all brothers be careful down there in North Carolina. I heard they kind of tripping a little bit. Well, here we go. Here we go. I didn't want to make this live. I think it's too early for me. Not in the day, but in Trump's term, I feel like it's too early for me to say what I'm going to say. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Harris. And I don't vote much. And regardless, as a U.S. citizen, I always want to be fair and balanced. So I didn't want to hate on him just because I didn't vote for him. He's a president, and I wanted to give him a chance to see what he can do. I didn't want to be a person that just hate on him, and then he ends up doing a good job. I'm the type of person that if he does a great job, I'll say, great job. But he is doing an absolutely horrible job. I know if you voted for him, I know you're trying to play it off. I know. I know you want to stick with your vote, but he is horrible, okay? He was not the person for the job. It's clear. This is the earliest I've ever seen a president this terrible. Never seen this before in my life. And I've lived through 14 presidents, although I don't remember the ones when I was little. But this guy is the worst. He's just absolutely horrible. It's the worst president I've ever seen. He could possibly end up being the worst president in U.S. history. Because as of now, he's definitely the worst president in modern times. He is the worst president in modern day history. By far. Just even being a felon and having a mugshot is, you know, come on. A black person would never be able to be the president of 37 felonies and a mugshot. It's white privilege, no doubt. Okay? Let's just call it what it is. And this is white privilege at its finest. Okay? No black person would even be considered for that job with his history. The things he said about women and all that stuff. And he might have still could have did a good job, but now he's senile and sick. His ankles are swollen up. His hands got these crazy bruises. They got the guy JD saying he's ready to be president. Like, what? JD says he's ready to step in. Unbelievable. Trump's health is, look at his hand. When Putin came, he couldn't even walk straight. Y'all didn't see him on the red carpet? That's great, Tracy. You're 100%. A black man couldn't even get a regular job with his history. You're 100% accurate on that. Look at his hands, both of his hands. See how red his knuckles is? He's sick as a dog. I've never seen nobody with that on their hands like that. That is very serious. And he's got money. He's got money. So they're just keeping him moving along. What you answering? Safe to say for you would be so far you would grade him a C minus. No, he would get an F. He would get an absolute F. What do I think that is? The same thing the Queen had on her hand and she passed away 3 days later. Some kind of serious, something serious. Yeah, he would get an F. You seen it on your mother's deathbed. Yeah? Yeah, they've been putting makeup and stuff on it. Tracy says he's seen it before on his mother's deathbed. Vance is getting ready. You can hear what he's saying. Man, I don't even want to tell y'all this. This is not a live that I'm really happy about. I don't want to scare y'all. But I'm going to tell you all right now. Save your money. Save your money. A lot of things I'm going to say in this video, I hope I'm wrong. Because nobody wants to have a video and talk about things that can cause them and their family hardship. I've got young children that's in the workforce, 6 of them. I got stepchildren in the workforce. Their mothers are in the workforce. Cousins, my sister, her husband, and people, a lot of people are probably going to lose their jobs. I have a friend that works in a high end store that sells $1 million of merchandise a year. And yesterday, I talked to them, and they said that the store was empty and it was eerie, that it was nobody in the whole store on no floors. I think it's like 2 or 3 floors, 2 floors. And they said it was nobody in there. They haven't been making hardly no money like the last 2 months. They've been barely selling anything. The store has the store doesn't have the merchandise either. People are coming in looking for stuff that's in the catalog and the store don't have it. And it's been going downhill for like 4 or 5 months. And they thought, it's because another company bought it, but the other company bought it right. And then right after they bought it, Trump did the stupid tariff deal. Nobody's hiring. If Vance become president, do you think things will stay the same or get worse, Robert? I'm gonna keep it real. Let's break it down. I'm gonna get to that, and I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna get to that. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because companies are closing. T is 100%. He said, many companies been around for decades are rapidly closing, and most people don't know jobs are temporary. I'm talking about major companies that been here for a long are closing, closing, closed. People are man, people are losing their jobs left and right and right and left. Another friend of mine went to Whole Foods to spend her regular, I think she said $59, $57 for what she buy. It was 80 something dollars for what she usually paid, $57. When I go shopping, it's so expensive. Do I think it's by design? No. Trump is an idiot. There's going to be no benefit from this, Elijah. There's no benefit. There's nothing nobody can benefit. The rich people are going to lose money. Yeah, 2,000 people in North Carolina. Even Walmart. This is not good at all, Elijah. During the last time the economy collapsed, Rich guys was jumping out of windows and they ended up on Skid Row. That's what Skid Row was in Chicago, where the bums would be laying out. And many of those bums was ex-millionaires. But that's a great question. So I could break this to my audience. See, when you're a multimillionaire, right? Your expenses are crazy. So let's take thousandaires. Let's take the drug game in the streets. And when we're in the streets and we selling drugs, we got the nice cars, we got money put up. If you're just halfway doing decent, you got 50,000 just sitting there, not to mention the money's going around and around and around. And this not just for selling drugs, just go for jail too. You could go for jail or that. And so if a drought happens, or if you go to jail, because of the amount of money you're making, you have these strange expenses. Because like you acquire expenses based on your income. You don't notice it until your income is gone. So if you got a really nice job and you got a really nice house, the mortgage is no big deal. You're making a lot of money. But if you get laid off, that money starts getting ate up fast. Faster than you ever considered. You never would have considered how fast the money go, because as you're paying bills and stuff, you're making more money. So as you're making more money and paying bills, you can't see what's going on. But when you're not making money and then the money's going this way, this is when you could see how much you're really spending. And in 6 months, even if you got money, in 6 months, you're going to be worried. If those property taxes are coming around, that's going to be an issue. Now, you and the wife's car insurance, car notes, mortgage, taxes, don't have a child in college, that begins to eat everything up. The brothers have a whole lot of money and they go to the county jail. They got a nice $30,000 car. You could get it for $8,000. They got a $10,000 Rolex. You can get it right now for $2,000. You get it for $2,000 so he can get out. You're letting it go for $2,000. And so all that money you think you got, it ain't enough to live on. And that's just on a short period of time. What if you're looking at 3 years? What you gonna do? And I'm very good with math, and I'm very good with economics, and we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. Big trouble in the United States. Big trouble. Because it's September. And if people start losing money in September, Christmas is done. Christmas is done. Christmas money, you get Christmas money. August, September, October is where you get your Christmas money. Done. Nobody's going to have any Thanksgiving and Christmas money. Nobody's going to have any Christmas money. Nobody's going to have any money. Look, this video is going to be horrible, so hold your seats. Hold on. You know how I do. I haven't even dropped the bombs yet. Look, mass layoffs in the U.S. surged in July 2025. July. A couple months ago, a month ago. To their highest level since early in the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, I'm going to keep this up. With 62,000 job cuts announced, 140% increase from July 2024. 62,000 jobs cut. And that ain't even true because it's worse than that. This trend is driven by cost-cutting measures, restructuring, economic uncertainty, and the impact of artificial intelligence. While the federal government is responsible for a significant portion of these layoffs, numerous companies across various sectors, including tech, media, finance, have also announced significant job cuts. Now, look, you hear what they say right there? Economic uncertainty. When the money starts looking tight, people start holding on. Even the people that got money, they're not finna spend. Oh, nobody's buying that new car. That new car, nobody's buying a new car but a fool. Nobody's buying that new car. Nobody's buying that new house. The house that they was going to sell that they live in, it is off the market. It is off the market and it's getting repaired. No, Elijah. I believe that the European is falling. That's what I believe. I don't believe this is intentional. I believe Babylon is falling. That's what I believe. I believe the Babylon system is falling. That's what I believe. It's falling. They're not going to tell you. This is like something biblical. One of them evil rulers that's sick and mean. Look at his head. What does this say? Yes, there are more white American deaths than births in the U.S. Are y'all reading this? Yes, there are more white American deaths than births in the U.S. A trend first observed in 2013 and confirmed for the nation as a whole in 2016, driven by the aging of the large baby boomer cohort and declining fertility rates. Because people don't want to have no babies. They want to have a lot of money and just one baby, and ain't going to even have no people. This natural decrease in the white population has accelerated, affecting 26 states by 2016. This is 10 years ago. Though the overall U.S. population still grows due to what? Higher birth rates among other racial and ethnic groups and immigration. The only reason the population is growing in America is because of immigration and non whites having babies in the U.S. Oh, but that's not all. Oh, that's not all. Check this out, Elijah. Check this out. Check this out. That was the U.S., right? It's all falling globally. It's falling. It's falling globally. Globally. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The bottom is falling out of it. We not even, I probably won't even talk about Mother Nature because anybody knows that Mother Nature, that's going to get, okay? Just the fact people don't even realize that Mother Nature is, about to really act a fool. Now, this is Europe. Yes, Europe is experiencing more deaths than births, with the European Union recording a deficit of 1.26 million people in 2023 due to this phenomenon. This natural decrease is a result of the region's aging population and persistently low fertility rates, which have led to an annual population decline in the EU since 2012. While migration has been the sole driver of overall population growth in the EU, the trend of more deaths than births is a significant demographic change. Now they're pushing LGBTQ, which anybody with any sense means less people. Two men are not going to, how many babies are two men going to have? How many babies are two women going to have? Duh. You got a bunch of people that just blow off prophecies and just blow off nature. And now we're in a mess. Look, I'll let somebody else tell you. Let her tell you.
Hello. So I just got laid off for the first time in my life. Really, really sad. I really liked my job. I worked for the Kroger main offices in Portland, Oregon. And they're doing a restructuring. And it's not personal, I guess. My boss is not happy. but it hurts. This is not like I did something wrong. Anyways, so that's how my morning's going. I really, really liked what I was doing. And I did my best.
What can I tell you? I ain't even want to post all of them. It's thousands of them. It's thousands. I said, you're going to get the point. I could be showing them for 30 minutes if I wanted to. That's how bad it is. It's not a plot or a plan. It's a disaster with people that don't know what they're doing. Donald Trump does not know what he's doing.
I wish I had good news for everybody, but this is very, very serious, and we cannot trust the Trump administration's reports or data. Sorry, Caroline. Far from it. Here's what's going on with company layoffs and the economy. We already know American Axle is suing the Trump administration. They're an auto parts manufacturer because they say the tariffs are putting them out of business and they're getting ready to lay off a bunch of people. We already know that Ford and GM's profits were completely wiped out the second quarter because of tariffs. P&G will be cutting 7,000 white-collar jobs. When I go through the list of companies that are laying off, they all attribute it to decreased global sales and sales within the United States because of economic uncertainty due to the tariffs, and the increase in prices because they're producing parts that they have to charge more for, so people are buying less, all again thanks to tariffs. And also a lot of these jobs are being replaced by AI. And I want you to remember that this big, beautiful bill put a provision in there for the next 10 years. Not one politician, nobody can touch AI. They can, whoever owns AI services, including Elon Musk, can do whatever they want without repercussions. So, MAGA, I want you to keep all this in mind. So P&G is cutting 7,000 jobs. Special mention, Kentucky. Kentucky is getting ready to lose 23,000 jobs because their three leading bourbon producers have all filed for bankruptcy. A lot of it having to do with Canada being one of their lead countries that they export their products to that are no longer selling their products because of the tariffs. Let's see. Microsoft, 9,000 jobs. Meta, Google, Amazon's cloud computing arm. Intel, a microchip manufacturer, is laying off 10,000 employees. Zoom Info, Chegg, PwC, Chevron, Boeing, JP Morgan Chase, Cargill, Wells Fargo, Marriott, UPS, 20,000 jobs. Dell, Nissan, 11,000 jobs. Intel, Microsoft, HBC, DHL, BP, Bosch, Jaguar, Sarepta Therapeutics, Alaska Air, Indeed, and Glassdoor, which I find interesting. They post all the job openings, and I guess there just aren't as many job openings anymore. Procter & Gamble, 7,000 employees. Clark's, Allianz, Intel, 15,000 employees. Blue Diamond Growers, Walmart, CrowdStrike, IBM, MasterCard, Cisco, 7,000. They're a food supplier.
What y'all think? Do I have to play it again? Did you hear those numbers? Did you hear those numbers? What that sound like? They, this man then had how many bankruptcies? He had to go on a reality TV show to make some money. He's a fraud. He's not a great businessman. He had lawyers help him make some money, but he's living off his daddy's money. And he's been running the game. That's why he got in there, and first thing he did was make sure he made a lot of money. Anything they foreign country offer him, he take it so he could sell it. Americans put him in there thinking that he was this rich guy that was smart, could make some money. Now it turns out he's a dumbass. And he's running money away. Why would you go to war with Mexico and Canada? Like America's all that. America's nothing. Just another country. China's buying their stuff, their beef from Australia. He thought America was that great in a global society where everybody need him. Canada said, we ain't buying nothing from you. Nobody's buying nothing. Nothing is coming in and nothing is going out. I'm telling my relatives, stop spending. What is wrong with you? Stop spending. I just loaned somebody $400 that makes plenty of money. They're going to give it back next week. But the point is, why are you broke? He should have never put no tariffs, man. Tariffs, smarifs. He don't know what the hell he doing. Tariffs? What you mean tariffs? One reason you buy stuff from people because it's cheaper. It's cheaper, y'all. Listen, let's say me, I'm a country. And I got a whole bunch of wood. And you need this wood to make furniture. What's going to be cheapest? For me to take the wood and send it to you and you make the furniture, or for me to just make the furniture? Sell it to you at one price and you sell it at another price. Why ship the wood? He's old and senile, and he say they gonna bow down to America. We great. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just another country. A country that without Hispanic workers and without foundational Black America's inventions that you stole and labor that you abused, you would have been fail like Rome, okay? Racism and white supremacy is going to destroy white Americans because they're living in a dream world. They need to get off their high horse and join mankind. Your military is not going to save you. You can't fight your way everywhere. You can't steal land anymore. The gig is up. You got to be a normal, decent human being. You can't just trip out and send a bunch of white guys that's National Guard that ain't like real soldiers to Chicago and put them in danger. They can't handle if the people put pressure on them. And you send them in and create a powder keg and their wives lose their husbands. There's 800,000 black people in this city, foundational black Americans. There's another 1.2 million white Americans. You want me to answer that? Because I'm not going to answer it, Frankie, if you don't respect my answer. First, I want to know if you want a real answer or is this a back and forth? Because I'm not doing a back and forth. But if you want to know the real answer, Frankie, I'll give you the answer. Because your question is incorrect. Your question is what's incorrect. You said everybody. Everybody's not trying to come over here, bro. Everybody is not trying to come to the United States. I don't know who told you that. So your question is incorrect. Everybody is not trying to come to the United States. Some people from some poor places are coming. But everybody is not trying to come to the United States. There's beautiful places in Asia, in Europe. A lot of people in Brazil ain't trying to come here. America's trying to go to Brazil. A lot of Mexicans ain't trying to come here. Americans are moving to Mexico. Those people that coming here are poor from certain places, but that's not everybody. That's not everybody. Russians don't want to leave Russia, bro. I don't know who told you what. Or you believe everybody wants to leave England? You believe everybody wants to leave Spain? You believe everybody wants to leave Portugal? He proving what I'm saying. Americans big-headed. Everybody want to come. No, they don't. America's technology is way behind Japan. Way behind. Way behind. America's not as great as you think. That's an illusion. Everybody don't want to come to the rat race. Let me tell you something. You say America, how much of America do you get to enjoy when you work in a 40-hour week? How much of this you getting to enjoy? Because you spend most of your day at work. You don't get to enjoy America. You might get to go enjoy it Friday night and Saturday, maybe Sunday. And then it's back to the slave plantation. And you got to get up early to get ready to go to work. And then you get home, you got a little time, you got to prepare for the next day. Also, one reason people do want to come to America is because America's ruining their country. America's ruining Central and South of Central America, growing all that fruit and all them Chiquita bananas and taking it down there and leaving them starving. These countries ain't starving. They starving because the rich countries are starving them out. to be honest. You know how much produce and stuff we take from Mexico that we don't pay them nothing for it? So now everybody don't want to come here. But that's what they is pushing to the general public, that America's so great and everybody want to come to America. China and Japan students, what do you think the percentage is? What do you think the percentage is? Because you can't fit the Chinese in America. So you're taking a small percentage and saying everybody. Well, not everybody from any of those groups. Everybody from China not coming here to go to no school. China's more advanced in here, man, and they ain't learning that here. Do you know anything about schools in China? The Chinese are not trying to come here. I don't know what nobody told you. Their schools are way better than our schools, by far. You've been brainwashed, Frankie. China's got some trucks and cars now America won't even bring over here because they'll shut these cars and trucks down. Y'all ain't seen the new... Man, listen. Man, China got some vehicles. They won't even let them bring them over here. They so superior to these cars. I don't know what nobody told you. BDY is killing Tesla. Bro, I'm trying to tell them. This is China's cars. America can't compete with these trucks and cars, bro. America can't compete with these cars and trucks. Man, they got Americans fooled. They got Americans fooled. This vehicle right here, man, they not bringing this over here. Would nobody buy a Tesla? Man, would nobody buy a Tesla if they bring this vehicle over here? That's a fact. That's white supremacy they trying to push. They trying to push white supremacy. They not supreme. Not even close. Rome was great. Greece was great. They all fell. They not what you think. That's why people be telling y'all to travel. You gotta go travel so you can see the difference. You gotta go travel. Because they only show you the tore up places. They don't show you no places better than them. And the truck is only like 15K. They got cars that will cost you 40, 30, $40,000 you can get for 10K, 15K. That's better than the 40, $50,000 truck on my soul. On my soul. If they let China sell, that's why Trump panicking. That's what this is all about. Because if they let China sell their cars and trucks over here, come on, man. It was Barack Obama that bought the American car business back. They didn't give him no credit, and black people don't study and don't pay no attention. But before Obama got in there, everybody was driving foreign cars. Everybody was buying Toyota. They was buying, what was that fancy car they was all buying that's really an Asian car? They was buying all those cars. Everybody was buying foreign cars. Nobody was in Hellcats. Nobody was buying all these American trucks and cars and Corvettes and stuff. They was buying Lexus. Everybody was buying Lexus. Everybody was buying Toyota. Everybody was buying Mitsubishi, Nissan. That's what everybody was buying. Barack Obama got in there and brought the American auto industry back, and people started buying Ford trucks and Nissans, and Ford trucks and Camaros and Corvettes. You know what I'm saying? They was bringing back. He the one that saved the auto industry. But what happens? This what happens, lady. This is what they do, Lady Linus. I get in office. I begin to change everything. It's going to take 10 years to really see the effects, right? So what happens is, once my term is over, now you see the effects of what I did. So the new president gets in there, right? And they take claim for something that the last president did, because you don't see the results until the new president. That's what they be doing. When they be claiming they turned the economy around, it'd be the last president turned it around. And then they get in there while it's getting better and say, look, now that I'm in here, it's better. Bro, you ain't got nothing to do with that. That's how they did Barack. He bought all that money in, and they got in there and took the credit. That's a fact. And now that Biden don't know what he was doing and Trump been in there twice. Now, look, the country broke. Flat ass broke. Broke. That's why he cut back everything. Cut back. The police presence heavy in Houston, feds cracking down. Guess what? Wasting more money, Lady Linus. I said that all that money he spent on the National Guard and feds, where is the money going to come from? Now, y'all just think, how much money is he spending for all this military? Yet there's layoffs everywhere. So when the results of the layoffs come in and the bill for the military come in, what is it going to say? When you lose all these jobs and less money people making, and then the bill come from these military, what is it going to say? Yeah, they didn't say he did nothing, because black people is some haters, so they never gave the brother no type of, black people, that's another story. Black people just love master. Wasn't nobody driving none of these Hellcats or none of that till Obama got in office. Before Obama was in office, everybody was driving Lexus and all that. Well, nobody went buying no American cars. They don't give him no credit for nothing. He the one made sure all the Mexicans didn't come in here. He had the same border czar that Trump just hired. Tom. Tom worked for Obama. They're like, he got all these people in cages. He was throwing them out fast they crossed the border. Biden would have did a good job, but Biden was senile. They did too stupid to sit him down. Biden couldn't do a good job because they had him in there with failing health. He would have did a good job if he would have knew where he was at. But you can't do no good job in Washington, D.C. when you think you in Carolina, where you don't know where you at. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna do a good job? How Biden gonna do a good job when he in Washington, D.C., but he don't know that's where he at? He think he in Boston at his mama's house. These people crazy. I told him. I told him who to vote for. But y'all went for the sucker move because y'all didn't see what was going on. Y'all didn't realize why a felon and a crook didn't want a prosecutor to be president. Y'all didn't peep that dynamic. Why you had to get Elon Musk to use his satellites to rig the voting machines, because you know they rigged the voting machine. They told it. You know the election was fixed. Starlink fixed the election, hacked the voting machines. Look it up. Elon and Trump talk about it. Trump say Elon came in and helped me. He did some amazing things. Go look it up. Them fools admitted that they hacked the votes. That's why Elon was mad, because Trump like, you did your job, now get the fuck out. He only got Elon to hack the election. The election was rigged electronically. Because one thing about Elon, he's a genius and he knows a bunch of geniuses. So he knows how, you know what I'm saying? Now, what did he say? What did he say? Let me know. Yeah, I think that's what he said. He said he did some amazing things or something like that, but he hacked it. Elon probably can't tell because he'll probably be arrested. He basically said they'll take him from the black community. Tom is cool. I like Tom. Tom is cool. Tom likes black people. Like I said, he got his first break under Barack. Tom is cool. The whole fear of the military and them coming, that's all nonsense. Ain't no military gonna come to Chicago and do nothing. That's all hype. This is hype for the news media, so you won't keep asking about the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? He's smart. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. The National Guard is no match for blacks in Chicago. No match. Them big old guns don't mean nothing now that everybody got switches. You've got 12, let's say 30 National Guards with them big old guns and 50 black with switches. Who gonna win? duh. You got National Guards who be at home posing like army men in a city full of active shooters, people that been shooting people already. They ain't been shooting. They ain't shooters. You know what I'm saying? So we in Chicago, we gonna have compassion for the National Guard because we know, they just doing their job. They ain't gonna do nothing but be out there waving. They ain't gonna get crazy. They ain't gonna get crazy. Come on, man. That's our hype. They gonna come, they gonna take over. No, they not, man. No, they not. No, no, no. They outnumbered, they outmanned, they outgunned. You know what I'm saying? The National Guard can't even beat I pick one, the GDs. They can't even beat the GDs. The National Guard cannot beat the GDs. Oh my soul. Not alone. All us. Come on, man. It's funny though that you worry. They gonna be there trying to do their job a little bit, but they getting paid. They just following orders. They just doing their job and following orders, but they gonna be scared as hell. They gonna be scared. It's one thing to be like, Chicago ain't all that, wah. And you might feel like that if you come in the summertime, but dumbass Trump's sending them in the fall, daylight savings time. It's going to be dark at 6:30. It's going to be real spooky like Dracula. It's going to be like Dracula around here. Sun going to go down at about 6:30. Boy, it's going to be like Dracula. And these kids is bad. And when I say kids, I mean 18 down. They bad. If they feel like it's cat and mouse, it's gonna be horrible. If them kids, if these young wild kids in Chicago feel like they could play cat and mouse with them, because these kids got mental illnesses. We got crazy teenagers in Chicago. They will go out there and play with them people, man, for sure. They will go play with them people, man. These shorties is crazy. The only way you can scare these shorties is cuff them. That's the only time they're going to get scared, when you cuff them. Guerrilla warfare, these shorties is going to be goofy warfare because they some goofies and they crazy. They crash dummies. They ain't even no soldiers. They crash dummies and they have fun being bad. Who remember last time they came here and the shorty stole the military truck? Who remember that? Y'all forgot that? Remember they carjacked to a military vehicle? What's the name said they know? They said they know. AI said they don't see it. AI got a short memory. Hey, one day I was driving down. Me and my ex, we hadn't broke up yet. We was driving down the freeway, down the expressway. And they got these vehicles, almost look like a golf cart that they use when they working on the parks, right? Right? The one that ain't got no doors or nothing. It's just bars, like a dune buggy, but the little thing at the park. So we driving, and all of a sudden I see one of them things go by. It's like 4 teenagers in there. They ain't old enough to drive. They on the Dan Ryan Expressway doing about 65, 70. 4 kids done stole that thing from the park and they on the freeway flying. No, it's not for the freeway. It's got no doors. It's got no windows. I think it just got a screen in the front, and the wind was blowing them, and they pull up to my car. They was throwing up gang signs at my car and shit. I wrote, what the hell is y'all doing? They say, we out here. And they, phew. I followed them. I wish I would have took my phone out. I wasn't thinking, man. I should have filmed that now, because then I would have been snitching. These shorties bad. They better not lay their rifle down. It's going to be gone. They don't know where they coming. Hey, April, these shorties bad as hell. These shorties bad. If I was him, I wouldn't send no troops to Chicago. Chicago police already said they're not going to work with National Guard. Man, you can't come in with no black police. National Guard going to be standing over here, and the Chicago police going to be standing on the other side of the line, too. Like, cross the line, punk. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing about the rack. Man, these police ain't let y'all come here do nothing. The police on that side, they crazy. They ain't never seen no black city before, so I understand. That's why a lot of blacks be cheering against us. A lot of blacks be cheering against it. I can't wait till they come to Chicago. We gonna see what's gonna happen. Yeah, all right. Make sure your punk ass come with them. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I look scared. Oh, the National Guard is coming. All right. I wish they would play with me out there. I'm retired. I ain't no revolutionary no more. They ain't pulling me out of retirement. I ain't even on that no more. They ain't got no wins though. Some white dudes playing G.I. Joe. Whatever. Whatever. We got real veterans here. I remember some of the shorties out in Harvey. Big Lou had a rapper, rest in peace, Big Lou, and he lived in Harvey. And he said, come on, Pharaoh, I got to go out here because dude and them finna go to, I think, Iran. They was either getting ready to be deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. I forgot which one. I think Iraq, though. I think it was Iraq. He said, come on, man, they finna go. Because I know him, because when you got a rapper and you go in the neighborhood, you meet all his people. So you be like family, you know what I'm saying? So I had 4 rappers. So I had like 4 family. I was plugged in 4 neighborhoods. So I went out to Harvey. You can't make this up. So they was getting ready to go. There was 3 of them finna go. So one of them told me, like, yeah, Pharaoh, man, I'm finna be out of here, man. I'm gonna see you when I get back, man. He's like, I'm finna go lay these motherfuckers down. He said, I said, what? He said, yeah, I'm finna lay everybody down, boy. He said, I'm finna lay their ass down. He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. And then, I don't know if y'all remember, then over there, remember they was writing GD all on the tanks and on the walls and stuff? And Latin King and GD. Don't nobody give a fuck what you scared, son. They could punk you, but we men. So me a man, you a man. Just because you in the military, what is you, Superman? Now, maybe where they come where you at, you might fall. They ain't gonna do shit, bro. They ain't gonna do nothing, man. They probably ain't gonna even come. He can't send no military. to nowhere but Washington, D.C. Y'all need to study. Washington, D.C. is federal. Trump be bluffing. He was just in L.A. Why he didn't have him come to L.A.? Because he can't. That's why. Y'all believe all that nonsense. Trump is a blessing to the American people. Man, speak for yourself. Trump is a dumbass that don't know what the hell he doing, and people losing their damn jobs left and right. What is you talking about? I don't worship people like that. You got me mixed up with somebody else. How he a blessing? Supreme Court, okay, mass federal workforce layoffs. U.S. application for jobless benefits fails last week as layoffs remain low. Major grocery chain to lay off nearly 1,000 workers amid store closures. List of companies cutting jobs worldwide. Yeah, he's Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's Jesus Christ. Let you tell it. Yeah, he's Jesus Christ. But this ain't what the search say. Nike puts finishing touches on the corporate overhaul. More layoffs ahead. FedEx supply chain to lay off 600 workers. Marijuana company among 5 Michigan employers that announced 640 layoffs. Yeah, Trump's doing a great job. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's doing a real great job. Look how great of a job he's doing.
I wish I had good news for everybody, but this is very, very serious, and we cannot trust the Trump administration's reports or data. Sorry, Caroline. Far from it. Here's what's going on with company layoffs and the economy. We already know American Axle is suing the Trump administration. They're an auto parts manufacturer because they say the tariffs are putting them out of business and they're getting ready to lay off a bunch of people. We already know that Ford and GM's profits were completely wiped out the second quarter because of tariffs. P&G will be cutting 7,000 white-collar jobs. When I go through the list of companies that are laying off, they all attribute it to decreased global sales and sales within the United States because of economic uncertainty due to the tariffs, and the increase in prices because they're producing parts that they have to charge more for, so people are buying less, all again thanks to tariffs. And also a lot of these jobs are being replaced by AI. And I want you to remember that this big, beautiful bill put a provision in there for the next 10 years. Not one politician, nobody can touch AI. Whoever owns AI services, including Elon Musk, can do whatever they want without repercussions. So, MAGA, I want you to keep all this in mind. So P&G is cutting 7,000 jobs. Special mention, Kentucky. Kentucky is getting ready to lose 23,000 jobs because their 3 leading bourbon producers have all filed for bankruptcy. A lot of it having to do with Canada being one of their lead countries that they export their products to that are no longer selling their products because of the tariffs. Let's see. Microsoft, 9,000 jobs. Meta, Google, Amazon's cloud computing arm. Intel, a microchip manufacturer, is laying off 10,000 employees. Zoom Info, Chegg, PwC, Chevron, Boeing, JP Morgan Chase, Cargill, Wells Fargo, Marriott, UPS, 20,000 jobs. Dell, Nissan, 11,000 jobs. Intel, Microsoft, HBC, DHL, BP, Bosch, Jaguar, Sarepta Therapeutics, Alaska Air, Indeed, and Glassdoor, which I find interesting. They post all the job openings, and I guess there just aren't as many job openings anymore. Procter & Gamble, 7,000 employees. Clark's, Allianz, Intel, 15,000 employees. Blue Diamond Growers, Walmart, CrowdStrike, IBM, MasterCard, Cisco, 7,000. They're a food supplier.
Now, let me tell you something. These supporters going to get laid off. Don't pay them no attention. They going to get laid off.
Hello. So I just got laid off for the first time in my life. I'm really, really sad. I really liked my job. I worked for the Kroger main offices in Portland, Oregon. And they're doing a restructuring. And it's not personal, I guess. My boss is not happy. But it hurts. And it's not like I did something wrong. Anyways, so that's how my morning's going. I really, really liked what I was doing. And I did my best.
Man, I'm not going to argue with no weirdos that don't know what's going on. I don't got no time for that. People, man, is cheerleaders. Okay? How you doing a good job? Kroger laying off 1,000 workers and closing 39 locations. Come on, man. Bourbon companies going out of business because he beefing with Canada. They won't buy their liquor no more. You know what I'm saying? The Trump supporters, they support him, so it's gotta hit them personally before they really see that he was a fraud the whole time. He's not good with money. He's not an economist. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. There's going to be no money come Christmas. By January, the country will be really broke. It's going to be the worst Christmas when it comes to spending in U.S. history, probably, except during the Great Depression. Nobody's going to have any money. All these people being laid off. Nobody's going to have any money. Nobody's going to have any money. I'm not going to argue with Trump supporters. People be brainwashed and they don't want to let it go and they'll believe in a person. And even if they're doing a horrible job, they won't see it. They're going to act like they don't see it until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? They put a fool in there. Trump is not a businessman. That's why he had to do a reality TV show. That's why he had to be on The Apprentice. He's a fraud. He messed up all his daddy's money. Then his daddy sent a lawyer to help him out. That's the guy that went to jail. That guy went to jail messing with Trump. So that's been the guy trying to help him make money. But Trump is not a businessman. He's an actor. He's an actor. Trump is a failing businessman. Airline failed, school failed, everything, casino fell. He's a fraud. I'm not going to argue with no supporters because supporters, you know how they be. Supporters not realistic. They're supporters. Supporters be like brainwashed. So I don't waste my time with supporters. And I didn't really say nothing about him until I absolutely seen he was failing. I stayed positive. And then people call me a Democrat. I'm not even a Democrat. They feel like this just show you how politics got people so messed up. Because when you talk against Trump, they say you're a Democrat. And that shows you the brainwashing. There's no way that you can dislike Trump and be a Democrat. Now, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. But if I don't like Trump, they're going to say I'm a Democrat. They don't be intelligent enough to say, are you a Democrat? So I can say, no, I'm not a Democrat. But anytime you got a president, you think he's going to make money for the country and he's selling cheap sneakers from China, that show you right there. He's a flim-flam man, okay? He's a grifter. You got to call it like you see it. How many presidents you know selling stuff like this? This the president. Look at that flag. With a big T on there. The guy ain't wore a sneaker in his life. You know what I'm saying? He's got no athletic ability or nothing. Yeah, they call you a liberal or a Democrat. That's the brainwashing of the politics. Politics got people brainwashed, but now we're looking at like crazy layoffs coming. You know what I'm saying? So anybody think that I'm getting pleasure out of this man finna ruin a lot of people I know lives? Why would I get pleasure out of that? See, these political hacks, they would get pleasure out of that. They'll get pleasure out of this being a low Christmas. Nobody's gonna have no money this Christmas. Anybody that comes over here that says Trump is doing a good job, that have been to the grocery store in the last 2 months, is a liar. Okay? Is a liar. Anybody that's been to the grocery store under these tariffs the last 2 months and look how little they get for their money under the Trump administration and says he's doing a good job is a liar and is the type of person that would work with the Trump administration. So I'm not surprised because he has a whole bunch of people following him. So I'm not surprised nobody following him. Look how many people follow him. Nobody got the balls to tell him, Mr. President, you're messing up. A bunch of yes men. So you got yes men voters and yes men, women voters. You got voters that are like yes men. So once they vote for somebody, they can do anything. They go act like they don't see it. And then they're going to get a pink slip and be sent home. And I'm telling you right now, this fall and this winter, you're going to be seeing Trump supporters crying on TikTok. You're going to see Trump supporters crying on TikTok because they're going to get sent home. Even the National Guard, if they work 30 days, they get these special benefits. Trump's such a scumbag. He's sending them home on the 29th day and then bringing them back so they don't have to get that extra money. Yeah, he's cheating the National Guard. Look it up. He's deploying them for 29 days so they don't get their benefits. Then he'll send them home on the he'll disband them on the 30th day and then hire them back the next month, like the day after that, and do another 29 days so they won't get their benefits. They're gonna all hate him. When they retire, they're gonna tell it. Yeah, he doing them dirty with the benefits. Yeah, he cheating them. And they can't say nothing. Anybody can say he's a scumbag. I wasn't gonna say anything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna say anything until I obviously seen um, that he was no good. So I didn't just trash him. I wasn't gonna trash him. I told y'all that the other day. I'm like, I'm not gonna just trash him like that. You know what I'm saying? But ten I watched 10 videos that's like this.
Hello. So I just got laid off for the first time in my life. Really, really sad. I really liked my job. I worked for the Kroger main offices in Portland, Oregon. And they're doing a restructuring. And it's not personal, I guess. My boss is not happy. But it hurts. And it's not like I did something wrong. Anyways, so that's how my morning's going. I really, really liked what I was doing. And I did my best.
Man, let me tell you something. People are getting laid off like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a joke. People go try to make you think it's a joke, but it's not. People are losing their jobs left and right. And there's not any help for them, really. There's just no help for them. And I mean, if you think I'm lying, just go to TikTok and hashtag layoffs. It's really bad. Y'all know I ain't gonna come over here and sell you no fake story. I'm standing up for the people, right? I got people don't like me doing this because they try to defend Trump, even though Americans are suffering right now under his administration. He doesn't know what he's doing. The tariffs was a failure, and Trump supporters feel like they're obligated to just support him regardless. Basically,
Children's Hospital Los Angeles just laid off 437 employees. That includes bedside staff, therapists, case managers, and other non clinical roles across almost every department. The layoffs go into effect October 28th, and CHLA says staff will still receive pay, benefits, and severance in the meantime. But here's what's not being said directly. CHLA leadership blamed growing financial challenges, but didn't exactly specify what those challenges are. And so here's the context. Their Sabin Research Institute is among the top 10 pediatric research centers funded by the NIH. But since Trump was reelected, NIH budgets have faced serious political pressure. At the same time, this administration also signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act on July 4th, which includes hundreds of billions of dollars in Medicaid cuts. A pediatric critical care physician who wrote in Stat News already warned that this law could devastate children's hospitals. CHLA hasn't confirmed if that's the reason behind these layoffs, but the timeline and impact speak volumes. So they have now frozen hiring, canceled job openings, and started cutting back on hospital supply purchases. And yet they're still telling the public children continue to need the specialized care only CHLA can provide. But let's be clear, you can't cut that many positions, 450, and still promise the same level of care. Not for NICU babies, not for kids in oncology, not for children recovering from surgery. So, this is one of the most elite pediatric hospitals on the West Coast. And even they are not protected from what's happening nationwide. It's Medicaid, it's research funding, it's broken reimbursement. And above everything else, it's the kids and the frontline staff who keep getting left behind.
now how much proof you need? Because I got all the proof. Anybody don't believe it, we can do this all day. That's how bad it is. We can do this. We can do this all day. We can do this all day for people that believe he's doing a great job, that don't want to go and do their own research, you know what I'm saying? Because they voted for him. And no matter what, they want to ride that horse until it goes in the river. I have no reason. That's why they want to start calling you like a Democrat and all that. They try to make up a reason for you saying what you're saying instead of it being the truth. So they want to make up a reason. They make up a reason. Oh, you saying that because you're a Democrat. And it's like, bruh, so all these people are Democrats? These is they saying that?
Losing my job after September 30th. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna be laid off. I don't know if I'm gonna end up finding something before then within the same realm. But I am not the only one that's gonna be laid off. In my department alone, by the way, before we start, I work for Miami-Dade County, local government. And I just want to bring awareness to what's going on because I don't see this in the news. I don't see this on Google News. I don't see it on the TV, our local news. I don't see this information anywhere. So I had no idea this was coming. We had no idea this was coming. And now we are being faced with being laid off on September 30th. We are expected to get a letter soon, probably within the next 7 days, letting us know our next step, basically, if we're going to be laid off, demoted, with that pay, with the demotion pay, not the pay that we was getting before, or put on part-time or sent here or there. I don't know. When I tell y'all I'm so confused right now, I think I'm hurt more because how confused I am. So all of a sudden, abruptly, I get a notice to come to a meeting. And I didn't make it to that meeting because I was really sick and I didn't even know it was going to be a meeting. Listen, the meeting was called late at the last minute, like a real true emergency. So it was for the next day though. But I didn't see none of that, so I didn't know anything about it. So the weekend went by and I was told that we had to come to the meeting if we missed the meeting, which was me. So I go to the meeting and I see a bunch of HR people lined up and my bosses, like my big bosses, and I'm looking like, what's going on here? So they go to tell us that we will be impacted by budget cuts. And it's not just we, like our entire department, the entire department. And then I'm not even gonna get on that yet, but the entire department is going to be impacted by budget cuts. So I'm still quiet. So then they say if you haven't been here for 5 years, you're not invested, whatever the case is, you will be a part of that impact. And just so it's happened, I just left from my teaching career of 6 years to come and work for the local government. And a lot of people might want to say, why did I do that? Whatever. But it was just more free. Like, I don't know. It was something I wanted, a different scenery, so I did what I had to do. I could easily go back to teaching. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, but I can go back. So anyway, they tell us they're going to put some new positions up there. We can apply. Some of them will be full-time, some of them will be part-time. Make sure that we are eligible not eligible, we're qualified. We are qualified to work those positions. So my problem is, it's in my department, they're laying off the managers. In my department, my little division, whatever, they're laying off the managers because the managers are easy to cut and have one manager for several employees at the same location. Like, they see it like, why would you need two managers at the same location when one manager could manage everybody? And I get that. And I agree. Because when I first got there, that's what I thought it was. And then I come to find out it was it was two managers. And I was like, why? And I was over these little group of people and that person was over the other group of people. So that was just, weird or whatever. But neither here or there, I didn't create the wheel and I wasn't trying to recreate it because I was involved anyway, right? So all of a sudden somebody get the bright idea that, yeah, it need to be one manager and they control all of those people at their location. No shit, Sherlock. But in the process, families, hundreds of families. I'm not bringing this to y'all because it's just me and my little tiny department. That's a total of 50 people, I think, in my department. Salaries being taken alone. And I don't know how much they get paid or whatever, but right there is probably like about $1 million, 1.5 million. And then it's probably way more than that. I said 50, huh? I don't know. But anyway, there's millions of dollars. So by millions of dollars, so that's one department. And they just, when we was asking questions, nobody know why. Nobody know how. And I come to y'all with this, not to only bring awareness, but I like to know how. I like to know why. And to just be abruptly taken from my comfort zone when I wasn't even looking for a job, it bothers me. And I'm wondering, is this even possible? Can you just scream budget cuts and just let hundreds and thousands of programs and employees just go like that? Can you just do that? And who is it to benefit? It's not gonna benefit us in the long run. We already know that. So who is it benefiting? Then I turn around and I do more research all to find out that my county is funding the World Cup next year. And it will really hurt me to find out that I got cut from my job so a motherfucker could play soccer. Now, I'm not saying soccer is not a good sport or none of that. What I'm saying is, if it's not broken, What's there to fix? You go cut all these fucking people off, all to turn around and watch soccer and have a cold heart about it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had a certain respect for our mayor here in Miami-Dade County until this happened.
It ain't over soccer. She think it's over soccer. It's not over soccer. It's not at all over soccer. She think it's over soccer, but it's not. It's the companies within the companies. It's a lot. It's just the ball is rolling down the hill.
Microsoft layoffs go harder. Termination effective immediately with no severance pay. This is insane. So Microsoft.
I can't play that. It's making noise. I said it in 2020. Yep. I told him that. I told him that in 2020. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what people were thinking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. Trump is not a good businessman. And people had faith in him. But he's not a good businessman. And he's good at making you think that's what he is. And that's how he got. That's how that's how he got his job. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get worse. You better save your money. You better save your money, okay? Because he does not know what he's doing. Okay? You better save your money. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. All right? He doesn't know what he's doing. And it's so bad that I could just send you videos for hours. For hours. If you go take some of it, if you a female and you get emotional, some of it might make you tear up. Because there's people that don't know how they're going to feed their family, or how they're going to take care of their children, or nothing. There's people on TikTok crying. You know what I'm saying? And they just, I don't know, they just felt like he was going to make the money. But that wasn't the only thing. The major thing is that a lot of men are misogynists. You understand? A lot of men are misogynists. So, Pharaoh, how is saving money going to help this cause? Let me tell you something. I'm going to ask you a simple question, slow mate one. If you went to work next week and they told you laid off in a week, would you have want some money saved, or would you be wanting to have lived from paycheck to paycheck? It's a simple question. If you went to work right now and they tell you Friday's your last day, would have wanted to be living from paycheck to paycheck, or would you have wanted to save some money? Tell me in the chat. That's for everybody. If you lose your income all of a sudden, would you want to have some money saved or would you want to be broke? Because I thought it should be self explanatory. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help people, Slow May, tell them to have some money because you're going to have to save some money because if you lose your job and you got money saved, now you know, okay, I can't go buy what I usually buy. I got to go buy beans. I got to go buy rice. I got to go buy peas. I got to go buy a big bag of potatoes. You're going to have to budget. You can't even budget if you're broke. You do not want to be living from paycheck to paycheck right now. Like I said, I just sent somebody some money, but they had some problem with their card, so they couldn't get their money. So they got money. They just had to get a new card to get access. But I know people that when they go to work, they don't have any money. I know y'all can't believe it, but there are people that really be broke when they go to work. Like when you know, there are people that don't be having no money. Some of them can't help it because they don't make enough to save any money. I know people that barely make enough to pay their rent and eat and buy gas to get to work. I just watched a video of a young lady that say she's not making enough money at her job. See, when you're looking for a job, you have to take whatever job they offer you. But the job they offer you, sometime when you're desperate and looking for it, don't cover your expenses. There was a lady that she lost her job. She lost her apartment and she worked for Starbucks. And she had nowhere to live, so she was sleeping behind the Starbucks. They fired her for sleeping behind the Starbucks in her car. You can't make this up. No, it was, yeah, Slow Mate, yeah. No, Slow Mate thought I might have been saying it for some other reason. No, I'm saying it because people live from paycheck to paycheck. And right now, okay, this is what, okay, Friday comes. You want to go out to a big dinner or go to a play. I'm just saying, don't do that right now. No extracurricular activity. Stay home. Save your money. Let me explain something to you. You do know robberies and burglaries going to go up, right? Robberies and burglaries go up every fall and winter before Christmas. Add high prices and layoffs. You ever seen a desperate man? Have you ever been desperate? Let me think. If I ever been desperate, I was thinking crazy. Have you? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it ever got that bad. But if it gets real bad for you, you got two children and a wife, and you looking at eviction with nowhere to go. Your mind starts to break under pressure. You start to thinking crazy. That's why people running these banks and stuff. Yeah, working full time and you ain't making enough. Like, man, you beat through some. You beat through some. Let's live long enough, y'all. Let's see. How long I've been doing live showing y'all to put away. I got 2 buckets of food. And I'm getting ready to get 2 more. I got a Berkey where I can filter water. I got 2 buckets of beans and rice and peas. Why? Cause. And I'm getting ready to get 2 more buckets next week. Because first you need to study history. If you study history and you know about the Great Depression and you know about the Dust Bowl, then you know anything is possible. So the worst thing you could do is just take for granted that your husband is already going to be there with you. He might just come home and say, I don't want to be with you no more. That your wife is going to always be there with you. Might come home and say, I want to be there. You might pass away. They might pass away. Your children might pass away. Your children might get hurt. You might, anything can happen. And you could lose your income. It's going to blindside you. It's going to blindside you. And so, you have to keep your eyes open and be prepared. And right now, it ain't looking good. I don't sell no wolf tickets. I didn't want to come over and scare my subscribers. I wouldn't do that. But I wouldn't. What would be horrible is if I seen this stuff coming and didn't say nothing to you all. That's what would be horrible. If I didn't let you see this.
And we have more layoffs and job losses because of another paper mill closing in a red state. You heard me correctly. The red state of Georgia. Georgia, this paper mill is closing. Not only is it laying off employees, look at this. Contractors won't get work. Yes, Georgia is a red state. Yes, Georgia did vote for this current administration, surprisingly. If you did not know, when you head for a recession, blue collar workers, low income people get it the worst and the fastest. So blue collars such as mill workers, people in manufacturing plants, which you're seeing in my post right now, plumbers, carpenters, HVAC, those kind of employees, construction, they're all going to be the first to be laid off, and you're seeing that in my post, blue collar workers. So this is an FAFO for another red state, the red state of Georgia, who voted for Trump. And yes, this is another paper mill company closing. Follow for all things personal finances, and please get your finances in order.
What'd she say? Listen, I don't know why I'm not getting no donations, but look.
And Kroger is laying off 1,000 employees in the red state of Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio is a red state that voted for this administration. Look at this. Kroger, grocery store chain, is laying off 1,000 people in this area. Right now, layoffs are rampant. Companies are losing billions because of tariffs. Companies are losing money because people are not shopping, because they're being laid off. People are afraid of what's going on in the economy. Yes, this is an economic crisis. A recession is coming, and maybe even something worse. If you did not know, there are over 7 million people unemployed right now in the United States. The second week of August, 235,000 new unemployed people hit the job. Layoffs are rampant. Please get your finances in order. Do not buy anything right now.
You see what she said? Don't buy nothing. Y'all think that lady just lying? I'm telling you. I'm going to be talking about this again tonight for the night crowd. I'm going to show all these again and talk about it. I got to beat the drum. Good to see you, Russ. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you right now, forget that Democrat Republican nonsense and take care of your family. Yeah, we're not going to get no, ain't nobody going to have no money. Ain't nobody going to have no money to do no donations. As a matter of fact, YouTube been kicking us off and demonetizing us because they can't afford to pay us. Because YouTube, this is just my theory. I've been over here 12 years. And when I came over here, us YouTubers, we built this. But then as all the other media shut down, all of the athletes and rappers and everybody came over in our space. So now you got Cam Newton and Shannon Sharp and Cameron and Mace, and you got all these people that's big celebrities. They're taking the money. So small unknowns like myself, YouTube have to make a decision who they're going to pay. They don't have any money to pay the real YouTube content creators because they're paying all the money to the celebrities. You understand? They're paying all the money to the celebrities. So a lot of YouTubers are being demonetized. They're not telling you why. So the YouTubers are going and deleting all their videos, like I deleted a lot of mine, which what? Makes more space for the servers, right? So they have more space because guess how much it would cost them to save all these videos for us? So they got a slick way to get you to delete your videos because they say you did something wrong and they won't tell you what you did wrong. One African sister, she deleted all her videos because they demonetized it, but they won't tell you why. Because there is no reason why. They're trying to save money. That's going to get worse. That's going to get worse. Because they're not going to be able to afford to pay everybody. Okay? The economy is tanking. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's old, he's senile, he's sick. He's probably going to pass away. He's got J.D. Vance as the possible vice president. He don't look like he knows how to find his way out of paper bag either. Because Trump is an authoritarian, so he's going to hire people that are no threat. He's going to hire all dummies and losers. He's not going to hire any competition. He's not going to hire anybody that can come in there and do that job. He's going to make sure he has no competition. So the whole Trump administration is a bunch of bum, dumbass losers. Even the guy that's running the military, the alcoholic, he's running the Pentagon, a drunk. And Americans are so caught up in the politics, they can't see. So in their mind, this is anti-Trump because I'm a Democrat. And everybody knows how long I've been saying they should have made Biden sit down. How am I a great Democrat when I've been saying they should have got rid of Biden 2 years before he stepped down? I said they should have got rid of Biden as soon as he failed going up Air Force One. Trump got in there and fell right away. Sit him down. Sit him down. He's not fit to do the job. He's not a good businessman. He's never been a good businessman. He's not Bloomberg or nobody like that. They laugh at him. They laugh at him. He's little Donnie, whose daddy helped him, and he's a great actor. You understand? It is what it is. Don't stay caught up in the politics and don't look at world events. Look at world events. Stop thinking these people could save you. You understand? Stop thinking these people can save you. These people cannot save you. You got the wrong people in power, and the country is losing trillions because of Trump. He wanted to go to war with the world. He swore they'll bow down, and they didn't. They didn't bow down. China went and got everything from South America, getting their soybeans and stuff, or getting their meat from Australia. Now Australia's getting paid big time, blowing up. South America making money. They're gonna pass America because all the business gonna come their way. So the businesses Trump thought was small are going to be bigger than the American business because everybody's going to go and help them. China's down there helping South America right now. Build a train to go across there so they can get. China's not ever coming back. This is gangster stuff. This is military gangster. And ain't no leader going to let Trump disrespect them and come back and embarrass themselves in front of their people. And Trump thought that the leader of China and Russia, all of them would get on their knee, and he ended up making American troops get on their knees for Putin to roll the rug out. These countries are not bowing to America. The white American male started believing he was really the boss. Racist, and think he can do everything by himself. He has no harmony, doesn't know how to work with other people, other races, other countries. He thinks he's the great white American male. And he's going down just like Rome. He's going down. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, they're going to go to war. It's going to be guerrilla warfare, and America's going to lose like they always lose. Because the white American military tries to win with weapons, but hand-to-hand combat, he cannot fight at warm climate, hand-to-hand combat with indigenous people in these places. He couldn't do it in Afghanistan. He ran from Vietnam, and he's going to run from South and Central America. So when they go to war, they have to do like Israel. Use missiles that blew up all of Gaza. That's the only way Israel could win. The men couldn't go in there and fight Hamas. They used bombs. They used technology to win. Because they can't win. Nobody's going to let you just run over them. So that's why they spend so much money on military, to have the superiority over you, allegedly. But Israel's going to lose that war. Israel's going to lose. It's going to look like they won, and it's going to get quiet, and all of a sudden, you know, when you think it's peace and safety, it's a sudden destruction. He's sending warships to Venezuela because he see they building that train for China, and he trying to stunt. But when he send the warships down there, the Chinese gonna send warships down there and protect their interests, because the Chinese is helping them build a train right to cut through, so they don't got to go all the way around South America. They could just put it on the train from over here, ship it over there, and go right to China. And he know it. So he gonna go, he making y'all think, oh, he going down there because of that train. I'll show you. Look, man, I ain't just no dumb dude over here. Just the top of the knowledge over here. There, go right there. It's called the bio ocean. And I don't even think this the one. I think this is another one. This the one up in the middle. They got one down lower. This ain't even the one. This not even the one. This the one. This the one going across the middle. They got a shorter one down lower that they building. The goal is to create a land-sea route that bypasses the Panama Canal, significantly reducing shipping times and costs for Brazil exports like soybeans and iron ore to Asia markets, including China. They got the iron. They got the iron ore. So guess how rich Brazil and all them finna be? Let me see. I think this ain't even the one. I think it's two of them. Let me look. Because the one I seen was a shorter one. Yeah, here we go. Two proposed railway systems involving China are being explored in South America to facilitate shipping to Asia and bypass. I thought it was another one they showed me the other day. A Brazil-Peru railway and a Brazil-Bolivia-Peru railway. Both are currently in the feasibility study phase. Yeah, because the one I seen they was talking about the other day is lower than this one. In other words, they ain't never finna do no business with America no more. They finna move on. And even when Trump's out of office, America, do you think that would mess up the Panama economy? No, they're gonna get rich. How they gonna mess up the economy when they can ship more stuff out of South America? They can ship more stuff. That other canal gonna still be packed, bro. They just gonna be sending double the stuff. Listen, if this can get to China 10 days earlier, all they gonna do is they gonna ship a bunch of them out of this one and some out of this one. So when this one get there, 10 days later, they got some more coming. So they just gonna use both of them. They gonna ship out of both of them. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make the whole region going to get rich. They're going to be richer than America. They're going to be richer than America because they ain't going to stop shipping out of there. They just going to double up. Stuff going to be leaving South America like this. Gone. They're going to be the number one shipping on this side of the world. Going to be a wrap. They're going to be rich. You know how much wood they got down there? Natural resources. You know how much coconuts you can grow down there? You know how much bananas, mangoes, papayas in tropical climate like that? You know how much food they can grow? Now Trump going to go down there with his military. Yeah, they shutting up shop in Africa too. But like I said, they getting their meat now from Australia. They ain't buying no more beef from America. Australia getting rich off America dropping the ball. With that dumbass in there, talk about make America great again, and don't nobody gonna help you make yourself greater than them. White supremacists are gonna be totally destroyed in the future in a world that ain't gonna respect that no more. They still think it's the 1700s. Nobody respect a white man like that no more. He just another man like everybody else. That's how he needs to start acting. The white man needs to start acting like just another person and stop thinking he's special because he's not. And nobody needs him. Nobody needs him. He don't got none of the natural resources. Everything they growing over here, you could grow somewhere else. Keep it 100. If you can make a car over here, you can make it anywhere. He's done if he don't change his ways and get in harmony with the planet. He's done. He's dumb and he's stupid too. It's 50 million black Americans that have more natural instinct on and is an older race than him, and he won't use them to build the country up. We're older than him. That's my little brother. Whites are my little baby brothers and sisters. That's why I don't hate them. Those are my relatives. But I'm from the older relatives, and he's from the younger relatives. And he won't take them 50 million black Americans to blow this country up. This country could compete with anybody if he put the black foundational black Americans in the game. But he's so goddamn selfish. He rather die with everything rather than to share and live. He'd rather have it all and die. I don't have no super chat because I be saying stuff I'm telling y'all now. If you want to donate, this is what you got to do. You can't. They're not going to support you when they talk like this. When you talk like this, you don't get no support. That's why they demonetize me. To stay monetized, you got to be a sucker ass. Well, I ain't kissing no ass for no damn super chat. YouTube gonna go broke too if they don't stop hating. They gonna go broke. There it is in the chat. I lose money keeping it real. I could be making $4,000-$5,000 a month if I just was a good boy. We was rolling. I was paying my mods. My mods would have been making about $200-300 a month by now. You know what I'm saying? They want me to be good, but I don't know, man. Free speech, you know what I'm saying? That's why ain't nobody learning nothing now, because everybody's selling out for $1. Everybody's selling out for money. They said, we'll pay you if you don't tell the truth. What's my thoughts on Japan having to temporarily get African migrants to go to Japan? I don't know. I ain't seen it yet. Yeah, I was paying my man, we was finna blow the hell up, wasn't we, Quayle? They was hating on us, boy. We was finna go crazy. For real. I was paying Alexis, Quaylen, and I forgot who else. I think Wheeler the Most High. We was getting paid. We was gonna blow this thing up. The more money it was, the more money they was gonna make. Next thing you know, they would have been making $1,000 a month. They could have paid their bills. You know, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? About no damn money. Money come, all you gotta do is work hard to get money. You don't need no kiss nobody else to get no money. But I got love for YouTube. It ain't their fault. It's the advertisers. They already was mad I didn't let them advertise meat and stuff. Because, you can pick your advertisers, and a lot of them are unpicked. No, I don't. You cannot sell this over here, that. So I just mostly had those games and stuff, because I wouldn't let them sell none of them poisonous products. It's all good. I'm gonna be monetized on Vegan Intel, and once I get 175 more subscribers, go subscribe to Vegan Intel, so I can be monetized over there, because I don't be talking crazy over there. Yep. I'll go over to Vegan Intel. I need 150 y'all to go over there, 175, 200 of y'all to go. Just hit the subscribe button. You ain't even got to watch. Just hit the subscribe button. YouTube at Vegan Intel. So I can get up to my 1,000 subscribers so I can give me some money. It's only so much I can say over there because I'm be talking about health. Over here, we be talking about everything. So, I mean, what they want me to do? You can't say this. You got to say unalive. How I'm going to remember to say unalive? That ain't even a real word. All this nonsense. They want me to say unalive. Do I think Trump will get a third term? I don't even think Trump is going to make it 3 months. Trump is sick. JD just came out and said he's ready to be president. Trump is out of here, okay? Trump is sick. Look at his hand. Both hands is like that. And his ankles is this big. Yeah, I can drop the link. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, yeah, it'll work. Yeah, there you go. Go hit that link and subscribe, everybody. Yeah, Trump. But I don't wish his death, though. I don't do negative stuff. I won't be happy or nothing if he pass away. But he's sick. And he don't really know what's going on a lot of times. I don't think he's even writing a lot of this stuff up. I believe J.D. Vance and him is writing that stuff up and just putting it in front of him, and he just signed it. His sons is probably helping them write that stuff up. But he's extremely sick, though. Extremely. They used to be covering that up, but they ain't covering it no more. Both hands is like that, too. They bad. But his ankles is real messed up, man. Man, his ankles are so big. Man, his ankles are so big. You know what I'm saying? Once they saw it, they bought the good cameras out so they could zoom in on it. But I ain't no type of person wishing no death on nobody. I wouldn't do that because I don't want that bad energy on me. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna be here long. He probably won't even. I doubt if he finished this year. He's finished. He real sick. He real sick. He was just up there wandering on the White House roof one day. They had to run up there with the cameras and clean it up. They ain't saying. They're not going to tell none of that. They're not going to tell what's wrong with him. He got McDonald's-itis, eating that garbage, what I keep trying to tell you. That's why y'all should follow me on Vegan Intel. He's a trashaholic, eating trash all them years. He been fat and sloppy like that. He got money, so they been hiding it. Look at his ankles. Let's look at that ankle. Look, they couldn't even tie the shoe in the front. They had to tie it on the side. They had to tie it sideways. You see, they didn't tie it right in front. You know how bad his feet hurt, stuffed down in there? Know what I'm saying? He ain't doing so good. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing so well. He got a lot of pride, you know, so he just gonna go out there anyway, but he got dementia and everything, and it's getting worse and worse. He ain't doing well. You know what I'm saying? That's his ankle. That's his hand. You know what I'm saying? Look at that hand. Look at that ankle. The man's sick. JD get up there day before yesterday, or yet one of these days, and said, I'm ready to be president. I bet you are. No, he's just as bad. The only difference is Biden had worse dementia. Trump's is coming, though. But his dementia ain't bad as Biden, but he's sick. Hell, they both 80. It's a mess, man. You could look at his face and tell he's sick. He don't got no hair. Don't you see he ain't got no hair? They just got that one piece out there swerved around. If you seen the real Trump, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. if you've seen the real one. He messed up. He's really fat. He's really pale. You know what I'm saying? And he's in horrible health, but he's like, he's a dude that, he's a dude that's got a lot of pride. You know what I'm saying? That's what kicks him through. That's how he makes his money. They train you like that. You know? They train you to look a certain way, to act a certain way. You know? I don't get emotional over stuff like that, so I don't hate him or nothing. He ain't God. He's just some dude. Ran a game on everybody. They said, people from the Apprentice said that when they went to his office, they couldn't shoot there. It was so nasty with the old dirty shag rug. So they had to go build that whole fake Apprentice thing just to get this show to work. They said the office was horrible. Because they show you this Trump in this picture. They don't show you the real one. You know what I'm saying? They don't show you the real Trump, this Trump. You know what I'm saying? They be showing you this Trump. You know what I'm saying? The one got the orange paint on. They said the office was nasty. They couldn't shoot it there. They don't ever show you this one. You know what I'm saying? They don't show you the real him. They ain't gonna show you that. They show you the make-believe one. It is what it is. It's Hollywood. Lights, camera, action. You know what I'm saying? It's Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, his supporters, they gotta, man. His supporters, they gotta bite the bullet one day. I feel sorry for him, though. One day they're gonna have to say, okay, we ain't messing with dude no more. That's what it is. So look, y'all stay positive. Go over to www.youtube.com/@veganintel and subscribe. Make sure you eat to live, don't live to eat. And get you some food up in the house. Get you some beans and rice. Every time you go to the store, buy 2 or 3 extra bags of beans. Throw them to the side. Buy an extra bag of basmati rice. Buy an extra bag of jasmine rice. Throw it to the side. Throw it to the side. Throw it to the side. And save it up, right? Save the food, okay? Right? Let me show you how to do it. When you get your food, this is what you do.